Right, Indus Stars is another counter that one should keep an eye out for, because the company yesterday came out with an exchange announcement where they are saying that on Feb 2nd they will consider their Q3 results. But with the Q3 results, they have not announced anything about a dividend or a buyback. Now, why is this announcement important? Because Street was expecting a dividend announcement to come in from Indus Stars side, given the fact that the Vodafone Idea AGR issue is now behind and the company has a lot of time to make the payment for this AGR. So the cash flow coming in from Vodafone Idea to Indus Star wouldn't be an issue. Hence, Street was expecting a dividend to come in from Indus Star's side in the third quarter numbers. Now, as a rule, Indus Stars largely pays off all the free cash flow that it generates to its shareholders as a reward. Now, what the management has said so far when it comes to the dividend point. In the fourth quarter of FY25, the board deferred the dividend, citing that it would form a committee to decide the best way to pay back the money to shareholders. In the first quarter of FY26 result, the company said that the board will be relooking at decision of giving dividend at the end of the financial year FY26. In the second quarter of FY26, board said that they will consider and is committed to distributing the cash to shareholders, and the timing still remains at the end of this financial year Q4. But they also said that this is the case because there was no clarity when it comes to Vodafone Idea AGR issue. But given the fact that this clarity has come in, Street was expecting this amount to come in. Now, what could be the quantum of dividend if at all the company announces a dividend by the end of FY26? Now, for FY26, the company is expected to generate a free cash flow of close to 5,400 crore rupees, which is nearly 5% of the company's market capitalization, which means that the dividend yield could also be as much as 5% for Indus Star in FY26. Now, there are three possibilities why the company has so far not announced any dividend. Possibility one is the fact that the company is sticking to the guidance of announcing a dividend at the end of this financial year. Second possibility is that they are still analyzing their investment plans when it comes to the Africa business foray, and hence they are yet not announcing this dividend because they still do not know how much capital expenditure they will be doing in Africa, and hence they do not know the free cash flow that will come in by the end of this financial year. And the third possibility is that Reliance Jio might likely shift few of its tenancies out of Indus Stars to other tower companies on renewal. Now, Jio contributes around 12 to 13% to the top line, and if that happens, then the company's cash flow could take a hit, not in FY26, but in FY27 at least.
Okay, so that's with regards to where, Indus Towers goes. And if you look at Indus Towers as well, the stock from today's lows has recovered quite a bit now. Shivangi, any view when it comes to Indus Towers? And in turn, I would want to look at a Vodafone as well, because that stock, none of us have spoken about of this one since quite some time. It's languishing around those 10 levels. Let's just pull up a 1-month chart. That range has always been 8 to 12. Currently, you're at 10. Anything on Indus and Vodafone?
So here, when we look at this entire space, of course, Bharti Airtel is one stock which I would start looking at. And we've seen that this stock has actually seen a lot of weakness from the last 20 odd sessions. Now, if we pull out a chart of Indus Tower or a Vodafone, we've seen that, in line with the broader market, these stocks have actually not done quite well. And they've, kind of given up most of its gains of the last 1 month. So overall, I'm not expecting such a comeback here at these levels. One could actually consolidate over here and a little wait and watch at these levels, and not recommend to start accumulating here.